Well, hello, my darlings, and welcome back to another episode of Miss Leigh Ding Fortunes. I am so incredibly excited to introduce our next guest, and let me tell you, you better all rise. As 1/4 of Blue, he helped soundtrack the noughties with chart-topping hits, including Too Close and If You Come Back, selling millions of records and becoming one of the defining voices of British pop. Since then, he's proved he's had more than one love because he has swapped pop stages for soap sets. He's gone onto his skates and danced his way to the final, stepped onto the West End and built a career that's anything but guilty. But today we are going to see what the fate has in store and what the cards lay out on the table, because signed, sealed and delivered, he is yours. We've got the devilishly handsome, the sweet and sugared, spicy and tasty. Ooh. I'm just adding devilishly adjectives in now. It's the stunning Duncan James!
I'll pay you for that lovely intro later. That was very kind.
I can't believe you're here.
I can't believe I'm here too.
Sat on my sofa.
Did you not predict it?
Yes, I saw it all.
You saw it all. You knew I was coming.
I looked into this crystal ball and I saw this happening in my very near future.
Yes, I love that.
How are you, my love?
I'm very good.
You must be exhausted.
I know. I've been touring with the boys and it feels like we've been touring forever because it's just been relentless this year. But listen, I cannot complain. It's been a great year. And here I am having a nice, relaxing time with you today.
We've had some olives.
I've had some olives, had some crisps, and I've even had a glass of rosé.
A nice glass of rosé.
Yeah.
We're both a bit loose on the lips.
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
A little bit weightier on the hips.
I know.
What, me, not you?
No, I do. I feel it.
I wasn't fat shaming you, sorry.
I'm back on the Ozempic, don't panic.
It's all right. It's the Alexandra Burke dress.
I know. Yes, thank you, Alexandra Burke, for this gorgeous gown.
It's beautiful, very sparkly.
It is it's literally 100% sequin.
Wow.
So it is hot.
Hot.
And it is hot in here.
Are you a bit sweaty?
You don't want to smell what's under this.
Oh, I might.
Oh, stop it. It is Pride Month. And you just got back from Italy.
I just got back from Italy, yesterday, which was crazy. We had a gig. Actually, we're doing a Pride gig in Padova Pride, me and Lee Ryan.
Yeah.
We were strutting our stuff on stage. Lots of drag queens there. It was a fabulous night.
Classic.
Yeah, I love it. I love a drag queen.
You can't beat a good old drag queen.
Why do you think I'm here?
Have you gone out into London and seen the drag shows? I'm sure you've been around.
Do. Listen, I'm a huge RuPaul Drag Race fan.
Of course. And you just said actually you know Kitty quite well, who we just had on.
Kitty Scott Claus very, very well. She's a dear friend of mine, and Cheryl Hole is also a dear friend of mine.
You cannot be a bit of Shez.
I know, I love the Shezza. So she's dropped the whole. She's just Cheryl now.
Just Shez.
Just Shez.
Cheryl.
Cheryl,
yeah.
now Shez.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love her, and now I love you.
Oh, stop it, you old flirt.
I know,
Thank you.
It's the wine.
We love a chicken rosé. The chicken rosé wine.
A chicken. Oh, is that what it is?
You know the little way it's like the
filet,
farm. Yeah.
The farm filet.
We call it the chicken rosé.
I love a chicken rosé.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But you could drink about 5. I could drink about 5 bottles, not think I've drank it, and then in the morning.
Yeah. You're feeling it.
Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
Get a paracetamol out.
And I'm past the mid-30s stage of life. So the hangovers last 2 or 3 days now, not just
Maybe wait till you hit in the 40s.
Oh! Thank God for Botox is all I say. Keeps me looking young.
And the makeup, you get away with it.
Well, that's true. It covers a lot of sins. Although these cameras are high definition, so we'll see when this episode airs.
Yes.
Well, listen, cheers to you.
Cheers, darling.
Happy
Pride.
Happy Here's to the gays, the girls of A's.
Listen, it took me a long time to be able to say I'm gay. It took me a long time to come out, and it took me a long time to sort of feel good in my skin. But I tell you what, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I'm so comfortable now in my skin. I love being gay. I love the whole Pride Month every single year. It just makes me feel really happy and celebrating all queerness, which is what it's all about.
Do you know what? And it's so refreshing, I think, because even those words like I love being gay is when you are on the cusp of coming out. Yeah. And I mean, I have, a lot of religious trauma and guilt, and
me too.
I'm sure we'll talk about all of that soon, but it feels heavy to even say those words, but now to be able to say it and just not even think about it, it makes, but I still, every time I say that, I love being gay.
I love being gay.
I love being a sissy little queer who wears dresses and a wig, and I love it. Yeah. And I think that's so, the little boy me would be so proud.
Yeah.
And say,
I'm going to high five you on that.
Oh, yes.
I agree completely. I think my younger self was so frightened, so scared to even use the word gay in any kind of sense or form. So now to be able to be sitting here with you today, talking and saying, I love being gay, it's for me, it's such a huge step.
It's massive.
And I'm in a really happy, loving relationship with a beautiful man who I'm so happy with.
Gorgeous.
He is beautiful.
Annoyingly so, actually. He's quite gorgeous.
He's and do you know what the nicest thing about him is? It's his heart. He has a very lovely, beautiful, gorgeous heart that's just full of love, and there's nothing toxic about the relationship, and it's just how I've always wanted to be in love and have that feeling. I know. I'm sorry. I'm going to make you all sick.
No, it makes me emotional because I think that's what we all deserve. We all deserve that, and you deserve that. And I think, coming out later in life, it's almost harder. I mean, nowadays we see all these 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds coming out, and it's being so widely accepted, and it's wonderful, and I love that. But it wasn't the same for us.
No.
And and it just goes to show how times have changed, and like all those dreams that you had for yourself are like coming true. And like, I just think that's beautiful. I mean, I knew when he walked in the room, he said, I woke up at 5:43 this morning, and I just was like, you are the purest of hearts.
He is.
Isn't he?
He really is the purest of hearts. And I am so lucky because I actually believe my best friend, who sadly passed 2 years ago, I truly believe that he brought him into my life.
Wow.
And we'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
and I'm
absolutely.
interested to see if anything comes up about him in the cards.
Interesting.
Today.
That's really interesting.
So, but I truly believe that that my best friend Terry, he helped bring my boyfriend into my life. And I truly, hand on my heart.
I've got goosebumps.
I truly believe it, hand on my heart. And I've said it to Shanji so many times. I'm like, my best friend Terry, he's done some wizardry, some tricks.
He's done some voodoo shit.
He does some voodoo shit, and he's brought you into my life. And now you're stuck with me.
Yes!
Yes.
This is it. Once we get him, we got to hold on.
I know.
I'm so happy for you, babe. I really am.
Thank you.
And does he get to come with you to places? Has he been traveling with you as of late? Or
I mean, he's come to a few places, but he's very busy doing his own shows.
Yes!
And he's a performer himself.
Getting naked on stage at the moment.
And he looks good naked.
I mean, he looks good with clothes on, so I can only imagine.
Yes. And
he's
of course,
literally outside this room listening to us talk about him like this, and I hope he's just bright red at the moment.
But the best thing for me is I get to have him on my own at night as well, and I get to just give him lots of cuddles. It's amazing.
Isn't that the best feeling? Like at the end of the day, when you just like get to look at someone that you love, and you climb into bed and you're just like, this is how the day should have been.
I know. I feel very, very lucky and very blessed. So.
We're getting so soppy.
I know.
Getting so soppy in our old age, babe.
I
know.
It's called being in love.
I know. Ugh, it changes us, doesn't it? It's
disgusting.
Vile. Why would you do it? No, it's so sweet. It is sweet. I guess, and also like when you were younger, before you came out, even though like I'm sure you knew you were gay.
Yeah.
Was this ever part of the vision? Like even like I'm sure it was part of what you wanted, but was it ever part of the reality of what you thought was possible?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I grew up very much a Christian, very much a church boy, very much in the belief of, sort of you fall in love, you get married, you have children, you do it in a very conventional sort of way.
Yeah.
But my life it didn't go down that path. And I think I spent many, many years sort of battling that, fighting that because of what was drummed into me as a boy with Christianity. And I think it wasn't until I started to sort of discover my own religion, what worked for me, what I felt was correct for me.
Yes.
And listen, everybody has their own beliefs and religions, and I'm not disputing or taking anything away from anybody who has their own beliefs. But for me, what works for me is my own sort of like system of how it worked. And I started getting into more spirituality.
Yeah.
I started understanding a little bit more about the universe and the energy and connections with people.
Yeah.
And that beautiful thing that sometimes you meet somebody and you go, oh my God, I really love them. Sometimes you might meet somebody go, I can't bear them. They've got to stay away from me because their energy. And they might have only just said like 2 words to you or something, but their vibe, their energy, especially in this industry, when you come across people like that, you just know it's just like, I need to just distance myself from you. I don't know why, but something is just telling me that I don't need you around me.
Completely.
But then when you meet the opposite to that and you when you meet someone that is giving you all the good vibes
Yeah.
and the feels.
You see it straight away.
You feel
of
it.
course,
and,
of course.
and I think that is what's really beautiful
Yeah.
with spirituality, because you tap into that forbidden thing.
It
It's
flows
weird.
through all of us.
Exactly.
It connects us. And
Yeah.
I think religion should be personal. It should be an experience
Yeah.
that you feel yourself. And
It's
I think
your
that's what
own
is harder.
path.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
Well, babe, listen, it's wonderful to have you.
Thank you.
Obviously, you know why you're here.
I'm very excited. I've had my cards read a few times.
Oh.
I do love a clairvoyant and a medium. I've dabbled in a little bit myself throughout the years.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see what the cards bring for me today.
I'm sure. Have the experiences been like, what have they been like? Have they been up and down? Have you had like some really good ones, some not so good ones?
So true. This is a true story, right? So 22 years ago, I went and had a reading with a fantastic medium. She's amazing. And I was told about her and I was really interested to go and speak to her and get a reading myself. So I went there, went to her place, and she did this reading and she sat there and she said to me, "Oh, you're going to have a baby next year." And this is before I'd come out. This is before anybody knew about my sexuality. So I was sort of acting as a straight boy, dating Spice Girls and all sorts of people that I was putting myself out there
you lived a life, babe. You lived a life.
But I knew it was all a cover-up. It wasn't really my truth.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
when
yeah.
she turned around and she was like, "Oh, you're going to have a baby next year," I was like, "I'm not, because I'm gay." And I thought it was a load of rubbish. And then she went, "It's going to be a girl." And I was like, "Okay, well, that's you're really not the person that I thought you were going to be."
Sure,
read
yeah.
me. I was
Everyone
like,
said you were
it's
amazing.
full of shit. So anyway, I sort of didn't really take much away from the reading. I just was a bit like, blah. And then in February the following year, I found out I was going to be a dad and it was going to be a baby girl. And I rang her up straight away and I was like, "Oh my God."
That is wild.
I truly believe, I mean, she got it right. She got it completely right. And she got the sex of my baby right. So I was just like,
wow.
I'm hooked.
And it was that
amazing.
tarot? Or
She
was
did
that
it
just
both.
like, oh,
it was
wow,
like, it was both.
okay.
It was like in the cards and she just was like speaking to spirit. And I remember thinking at the time, this is just rubbish, but
yeah,
she was so on it.
that's so wild, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so wild.
I think as well, like, it's so interesting to watch people, because I go to tarot readers, I go to mediums, and it's so interesting to watch people do it, because like, if you don't believe in it or if you're quite new to it, it can be quite an intimidating experience. Like when people talk about talking to spirit and like, you know, some things have happened even in here, and like, it's quite, I've seen like people's faces and they're like, but then also some things happen, like you said just then, where you'll be like, "Oh, this is coming through," and you're like, "Nah, that's great." And then 6 months later, they're like, "You're never gonna fucking believe what has just," and that's how it works.
It happened to me that time, and then it happened to me once with a very famous psychic called Psychic Sally.
Love Psychic Sally.
I had a reading with Sally many, many, many moons ago, and this is a true story. We were doing the reading together. It was for like cameras. It was like, you know, similar to what we're doing today.
Yeah.
And she actually said, "Hang on a minute, can we just stop everything?" And she stopped the cassette play, because it was cassettes back then. She stopped it and she said, "Let's turn the cameras off a minute." And I was like, "Oh shit, what's she going to say?" And she turned around to me. This is before I'd come out. And she said, "There's somebody who's going to try and do you over about your sexuality. And they're going to try and out you to the press. They're going to try and do something. And this person's got a very, very bad energy. And I don't know if you're gay or your sexuality, but I've got a feeling it's to do with that. And I just need to warn you, you've got to be careful." And then she said, "Right, we can continue now." And she pressed play and we carried on.
Oh my God, you're like that.
And I was just like, what the fuck? But then afterwards, after the reading, we had a chat about it. And she was like, "Yeah, I had to just say that, but I didn't want to put it on cameras because I didn't want to say that."
God bless her.
And it wasn't out, of course, or anything. But I was just like, but it came true.
I was going to say, did that happen?
Yeah, there was a guy that, Anyway, I don't want to talk about
No,
that. It was a
of course,
negative part of my life,
wow.
but she was right.
That's wild.
It was wild. So, yeah.
We love Psychic Sally.
We love Psychic
If you're listening,
Sally.
come on the show, give me a reading.
She's amazing. Yes.
Yes.
Give each other. You can read each other.
I really want like another psychic to come in and we just basically spend the hour like with like their ghost over my shoulder and my ghost over there
You should do
talking
it, Sally.
through us.
Come on.
Yes.
You're going to love it. Trust me. Miss Leigh Ding and Psychic Sally.
That is
there
a
we go.
collaboration of 2026 that we need, I think. That's so fun.
Yeah.
That's you're not new to this experience.
No. I've always found it slightly seducing in a sort of.
It is, isn't it? There's something about the curiosity of like,
It is.
do I want to know? Do I not
Yeah.
want to know?
Yeah.
Are they good? Are they bad?
And also, I think growing up in the way that I was raised as well, this was such a no-no area.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's the forbidden fruit.
Yeah.
And, you know, we all like to be a little bit naughty sometimes. So it's just like, I just want to
Even
nibble.
Eve bit the apple.
I want to nibble, just nibble.
Well, my darling, shall we see what they're saying?
Yes.
Well, actually, before we read the tarot, I always like to talk about horoscopes.
Okay.
I always like to try and guess my guests.
Okay.
Which is interesting because you have a very calming energy.
Right.
But I think it's a new thing for you. I don't think that's like a natural... I don't think you've always had this like... I think there's been a lot of chaos in like terms of like you can be quite fiery and very passionate. I think you're a fire sign.
Yes.
But I think this calming... Your aura is very like steady at the moment. And I think that's a very reflective thing of like where you are in life. But
I agree.
I don't think it's your horoscope because that would draw me towards saying you're like a Cancer, but I don't think you are. I'm tempted to say you're a Sagittarius, but I think, well, you are a fire sign. We've crossed that.
You got three. Well, one out of three.
I said one of three.
One out of three. Go on. Which is your bet?
Are you an Aries?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't strike me as a typical Aries, though.
Do you know what? I think you're quite right in the sense that I was a little bit more chaotic in my earlier years. But I think that was because I hadn't really understood myself.
Yeah, I feel like you've learned how to like...
Yeah.
You're emotionally aware.
Yeah. I am a lot more calmer now. I'm sort of much more centered in myself.
Yeah.
I feel a lot more happier. I'm in a really good place in my life. And it's like, it's taken me... I'm 48, so it's taken me a good old...
You're not 48.
Ah, she's old, bitch, yes.
Bitch, you look good.
She old.
See, this is why you should be gay. This is what 48 looks like.
Well, I can hear laughing going on. I'm very happy where I am right now in my life, at my age. I'm still doing that whole fighting. I don't want to get old. Like, what can I do? Give me a facial, give me some lasering, give me something to make me look good. I haven't got to the surgery part yet, but girl, I can feel it's coming.
There is no shame here. That you could honestly tell me there was 4 injections I had to have in my whole face. I would go to Turkey tomorrow and do it. They might not have even done the testing on it, and I would go to Turkey and do it.
I would like to go, but I don't think my boyfriend would let me. So yeah, he would like, no, you're not going.
I think I have like remortgaged my Botox doctor's house 4 or 5 times. He just fucking loves me. Aries is not always about like the fire and the like fight. It's about like the ambition and the passion and like the care that you put into the devil of the detail, I think, as well.
And also, I think for an Aries, they're sort of like quite good at organizing, very good at
very
sort
structured,
of which is very me.
Yeah.
Like my partner will tell you, I'm super like, if we're booking a holiday, I am so on the hotels.
You're the
flights,
one with like the folder with all the paperwork.
Exactly. The organization, sorting everything out and making it happen. I'm saying, this is what we're doing, and I'll make it happen.
Yeah. We need people like you because I'm the one that just turns up to the airport and goes, where are we going?
Right.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
I'm a doer. I'm a leader in that sense. I'm like, right, follow me. This is what we're doing.
Love that. You're like, the bags are packed. Here are the tickets.
Exactly.
We're going.
Exactly.
Taxi's booked.
Taxi's booked. Off we go.
Yeah. Get in the car.
Get in the car. Here's some champagne.
Always champagne.
Well.
Always champagne. Listen, darling, I want you to have a little shuffle of these cards.
Okay.
We're going to put your energy into these.
Okay.
They've seen a lot of people these last few weeks, so let's reset
been around
the
block,
energy.
They're whore cards.
They're like me, yeah.
Oh.
Often found on a street corner with a cigarette.
Ah, like a true.
Hello, Old Compton Street.
The Admiral Duncan. Right.
Oh, God.
Here we go. Let me put my energy. Okay.
Fabulous. Thank you.
There you go.
Do you know the cards quite well? Like, do you know what they mean? Or have you...
Some of them, yeah, I do, but not...
It's really...
Oh, she jumped out.
She did jump out.
Okay.
We've got the 6 of Pentacles, we've got the Hanged Man, and we've got the 3 of Cups.
Okay.
So, the 6 of Pentacles, first of all, is a really interesting card when it comes to your childhood because it just suggests like a happy home, but there's a gap. There's something missing there. You were really close with your mom?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like she was probably the main person in your life when you were a kid. Is that right?
Yeah. And when you say there was something missing, that's probably my father. I never had a dad. So
okay.
I never had that male masculine figure at all.
That's well, it's really interesting that you say that because there isn't the Six of Pentacles is quite a feminine card.
Right.
But there is space for a male here. Are you close to like an uncle or like your granddad? Were you like, did they help like kind of like bring you, raise you through that?
My grandparents were like my father figure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But your mom was kind of like the central point in your life.
Yeah.
And was it quite like, not a difficult life in terms of like, you know, finances and all that, but like, I feel like she worked really hard to make you feel like you weren't missing that father figure. I feel like she really not overcompensated, that's the wrong word, but really like stepped up to be everything that you needed, almost to detriment of like her working herself to a bone and like putting herself out to make sure that you got that fill.
Yeah, I mean, listen, my mum was raised me as a single parent family.
Yeah.
She was a nurse on the NHS, so she worked really hard. She did a lot of night shifts to earn extra money, just to make sure I could have, everything that I needed. And my mum, especially, she had her own issues because she was adopted. So I think she was dealing with the fact of abandonment probably from her own parents while she was adopted. And then my father, when he came along, and he got her pregnant, and he sort of said, ultimatum time. It's either the baby or me. And,
oh, wow.
And she chose
so he
me.
left before you were even born?
I never met him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she was like, no, I'm having this child and I'm bringing it up without you if you don't want to be there. And she did. She did exactly that. So she still to this day is a huge part of my life.
Wow. Babe, who you fucking are? Look at you. That's wild.
I know. I'm very grateful to my mother.
Yeah, and there is a real almost joy around it. I think whilst I'm sure there's been a lot of grieving around not having a father, the joy.
Daddy issues.
Yeah, daddy issues.
I got daddy issues.
But the joy you feel around your mom is like next to none. I feel like the relationship that you have is almost like supersedes whatever you would have had with the father in the picture.
Yeah.
So like while the grief I'm sure was there and like that's a lot, it's a lot to deal with, a lot to process, especially like when you go through school and stuff, like understanding all of that. But like actually you never felt without in terms of, do you know what I mean? Like that emotional need was always fulfilled. And so your grandparents also were a big part of that.
Yes.
Yeah. Amazing. So the Hanged Man is a really interesting card because it says to me like a bit of instability. Did you move around a lot?
Oh my God, yes.
Were you in a lot of different like schools?
Yes, a lot of schools.
Yeah, okay. So there's a real sense of like, whilst the home, like what your mom made for you felt very safe and secure, like actually like outside of that, there's a lot of like here and there and a bit like skew whiff. Like I feel like, not you lost yourself, but like you really never quite settled outside of the home.
Yeah. Yeah, we did a lot of traveling as a kid. I moved from Dorset to Devon, back to Dorset to London. There was just a lot of moving around in my younger life. So,
and was that where religion came in?
So no, I mean my religion came in from an early age because my grandparents were very religious.
Okay, interesting.
I was an altar boy.
Weren't we all? I've been on my knees many a time.
Hey!
But did you go to like Catholic school or Christian school?
I didn't go to Christian school or Catholic school, but I was very prominent in the church.
Okay.
And I actually really enjoyed being an altar boy because it was like being on stage. It was like a performance every week.
I was just about to say.
So I used to love it. You get in the clothes, you know, the whole cotta, the whole get up. And I used
You were doing drag, baby.
Yes. And I used to love it when the priest would give me the like, what's it called? The incense burner thing.
Oh, yeah.
That you have to do that and the smoke and you have to do it to the audience.
The audience.
The audience. The congregation.
To my audience, to my fans.
And I used to be, my grandmother used to laugh at me because she'd be like, oh, you're holier than thou. If only they knew, she would say. If only they knew. Because I obviously was very good at playing the angelic card.
Of course, that sweet little face.
Yeah, but she got to know the little devil side. Yeah.
I'm sure he's come out a few times since then as well.
Oh, no, We don't talk about it.
Your grandparents, your grandma and your granddad moved, were they like, they moved around with you, or were you always kind of going back and forth to them?
No, that I always went back and forth to them.
Yeah. Also, the Three of Cups here is quite funny. Not funny, haha, but like in relation to all of that, and funny, you've just said like, you know, you felt like you were being on stage. I think from a very young age, like acting felt like the place that you wanted to be more than singing. But was your granddad like a big influence in part of that? Like, was he part of like the theatre world, or did he? Because there's a real creative side coming from the masculine energy here. So I'm wondering whether he's the one that kind of like introduced you to whether it was like singing or acting, or whether he was the one that like brought that out in you a little bit, or you saw that and was inspired by that.
Yeah, so do you know what? It's a really crazy story, because my grandfather, who adopted my mother, he was a musician and he was a pianist. So from a very early age, he instilled in me the importance of playing the piano and being musical. So I had a very big sense of music as a little boy. And he would always play the organ at the church, and I would sit next to him on the organ as a little boy and watch him, you know, with the feet, playing it was wild. But then what's really crazy is my mother's biological father, who she never knew, he was a huge theatre agent, looking after the likes of Vera Lynn, bringing Vera Lynn to the States. And he was like a huge sort of pioneering impresario who brought a lot of acts to America, American acts to the UK, putting performers on stage at the Palladium.
Oh my God.
He was like, that was his world. So he was really into, and that was my mum's biological father. And she only just recently found out about him, like in the last decade, she's found out some stuff about him. That's how we knew. So she never knew anything about him. She never knew her father. But because of technology now and the internet and everything else, and you know, you find out myheritage.com and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's how we found out.
That's incredible.
Who my biological grandfather was. And he was very much into the acting, working as an agent, working with talent like Vera Lynn. So that's crazy to me that you know, that was my biological grandfather. And my other grandfather who raised me was really heavily into music. I know, it's crazy, right? It's just insane. It is mad.
And a lot of creative energy there as well. Like that's, are you an only child?
Yes.
Yeah. Not that you feel like a typical only child, but I think that also kind of like translate, especially in the Hanged Man, in that almost unsettled phase of like, again, like probably when you were in school, like, did you struggle to kind of like fit in and like make friends a little bit? Were you always a bit like, did you always know that you were like a bit of the different kid?
Yeah, always. I used to get bullied quite a lot at school because I moved around to so many different schools as a kid.
And you was the new kid.
It was always like being the new kid and having to start again and having to make friends.
Yeah.
And that's tough. And it takes a lot of, I guess, balls to try and break in and become accepted with a group of kids that are already known each other growing up. And then you're the new boy. And that happened to me several times as a kid growing up, having to be the new boy, having to sort of like fit in, trying to find my lane. Yeah. And I was always very much into like drama and music. So I was that kid. I didn't want to play football with the other boys. I wanted to be in the drama department or the music room with the girls.
We know it all too well.
So I had a lot of bullying.
Yeah.
A lot of faggot used to.
Kids are fucking cruel, aren't they?
Bitches.
Yeah, you little bitches.
You little
punk ass bitches.
I know.
Yeah, faggot. I mean, I love that word now, but I feel like as a reclaim of like it's like when I would say queer, my mum's like, I hate when you say that word, but it's because she knows it as like quite a derogatory term.
Yes.
But I'm like, we have to like, I mean, faggot is quite harsh. I know. It's still hard on the ears, isn't it? But it's being a gay kid, even when you don't know you're gay, that's what's harder. I used to get bullied all the time and people are like, you're gay, and I'm like, no, I'm not. My high-pitched voice my balls didn't drop till I was 16, so I always struggle with that way.
Yeah, he's like me.
Squeaky Lee I used to get called.
Squeaky Lee.
Oh. But I'm like, you get bullied for something that you don't even know about yourself. And then again, that adds to the shame of it all. And it translates into so many of the areas of life.
So my friend, that's funny you said you were Squeaky Lee. My best friend's dad used to call me Dairy Lee, as in Dunkers.
Dunkers, yeah.
Yeah. Dairy Lee. All right, Dairy Lee. Oh, fuck off. I'm not Derry Lee.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then, so when kind of a bit later on then after school and when Blue came around, was that, I don't even know how you would put that into words of like what an experience that could have been like. Cause obviously you go from nothing, it's a horrible way to say it, but like to then just being like shot into everybody's faces. But also I still feel this like unrest. Like even when you kind of like were in it, like there was still like a sense of like, you were there, but not always there.
Yeah, I still suffer with a lot of imposter syndrome. You know, it's that sort of, am I deserving of this? Am I enough? And I think that probably stems down to, you know, being that kid at school that was bullied and always wanting to shine, but then having people wanting to dim your shine because they were either jealous of you or they were envious of you. And I was that kid that was always cast in the school plays or the school shows, and I was given like the lead parts, or I was the singer, and so everybody sort of knew who I was, and I used to feel in a way so happy that I would get that part.
Of course.
But then I used to get a lot of bullying about it because you're putting yourself above the parapet, aren't you? Your head's up there, you're on show, and of course you're going to get people wanting to, you know, slap you down or bring you down. So you always have that little bit of actually, am I deserving of this?
Yeah.
And it's only until when you actually go, yes, I am. Fuck you.
Yeah.
But then of course in this industry, you sometimes, for me especially, it's like, I don't want to become arrogant because people are so quick to go, oh, he's such an arrogant up himself person. So it's like, stay humble, stay grounded. So there's always that conflict that you've got going on with trying to be humble, trying to be not arrogant, but also at the same point, trying to take your own worth and say, I've done well.
Yeah, like,
give me my flowers.
Yes, absolutely. So pay me my dues. Like
exactly.
At the end of the day, it's hard work, and people don't understand that.
Yeah.
I think as well. So when you came into Blue, I don't really know how Blue formed, to be honest, and I'm sure you'll tell us in a second. But like, even with the Three of Cups here, there's this sense of like it all happening quite quickly. Like I feel like it was either a small idea and then it just kind of shot through. It wasn't like, remember the days like Pop Idol and like, you know, it wasn't really any of that. It was kind of like a quick sticks thing.
Yeah.
And I think that was like almost more shocking to the system because you had to go from being this quite shy, nervous, you know, imposter syndromed boy to this man in the public eye who still felt that on the inside but wasn't actually allowed to portray that on the outside. And I think actually what that did to you in the short run was more harm than good because it made you feel like becoming more lost, more out, more not yourself than anything.
Yeah, and I think that was when the sexuality sort of creeped in.
Right.
And it was like, oh, the fans are predominantly female and you're in a boy band, so you can't be gay. So it was like, actually, I started figuring out I like guys, but I'm not allowed to have that side open to the public. So let's just keep that hidden.
Yeah.
And that sort of stayed hidden for many, many years whilst trying to figure out everything else, whilst being in the tabloids, you know, and having the success of being in a band. There was just a lot of pressure and a lot of sort of like unrest within myself because I was frightened. I was scared.
Yeah, I mean, how old were you when it started?
22 when I got into the band, so I was a baby.
He's a baby!
No, Lee, bless him, he was like 15, just turning 16.
Oh my goodness.
When he was, So, I mean, I feel it was tough for me at moments, but then I look back at what he had to deal with as a 16-year-old.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And he had to go through it he had to grow up even quicker. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly right. I think as well, though, like, you learn lessons so quickly when you're forced into those situations. Like I'm sure there's many mistakes made and I'm sure there's a lot of lessons learned the hard way, but ultimately like it makes you learn them fast and thick, do you know? Like it can't be like no, it's fine. We'll learn. It has to be quite like it's there and then. And if you get it wrong, you get it wrong and it's millions of people know.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What was that like when you how did you get into Blue? What was that like?
I was in a band. I was in 2 bands before Blue that people don't know about. I was in a boy band from the age of 19.
Okay.
Yeah, we were called Volume 5. It sounds like a hair product. Hairspray. Volume
VO5,
5.
yes.
Volume 5. Yeah, and that was an interesting time of my life. We were living in Oxford Street.
Yeah.
In a manager's house.
Oh my God, that's so
we were
cool.
on bunk beds in the front room, me and the boys. Yeah, it was crazy. It was like a very, very different world back then. And then after that band didn't work out, I got into another band called Tantrum.
Yeah.
With still to this day, my best friend, Rita Simons, who played Roxy Mitchell in EastEnders.
Wow.
So we were in a band called Tantrum together. I actually ended up living with Rita in our house in Boreham Wood. And me and her became like thick as thieves. I was 20 at that point.
Yeah.
And still to this day, she's like my bestie.
Soul sister.
Yeah, she is.
I love that. Shall we see what your present's saying?
Yes, let's have a look.
You have a very interesting past. That's a really, I think many people don't know that kind of side of you a lot.
No, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot.
It's nice to, I mean, you know, whenever people talk about their past, it's sometimes wonderful and sometimes it's dark. But like, I don't know, I think there's always something so nice and refreshing to hear people speak so candidly about like those things, because we don't get to see that side. Everything's so like, what's happening next? Everything's about next.
Yeah,
and sometimes it's like, actually, let's reflect and look back.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Okay. So for your present, we've got the 10 of Cups. So I feel like, oh, that's actually really interesting. In quite a literal way, it means you've come to the completion of something. You've just come off tour. And I know it's not finished. You're going back out on tour into the summer and all those things. I think for the first time ever in your life, you feel very at peace with where you're at. And not just in terms of sexuality, in terms of career, in terms of family, in terms of friendships, in terms of your mental health. I think there's a real sense of like deep breath. And it really comes through here. And it's, I mean, you can see the 10 of Cups are literally in a rainbow. It's like this arching thing that's over your life right now that kind of like every day you wake up and you're like, it's like, not there's no stress, but like no stress. You know, the difference of like, of the hecticness of stress, but then like it not being stressful.
Yes.
Are two very different things. And I think
I love this card.
It's beautiful, isn't it? This is, the 10 of Cups. And there's two people literally arms around each other celebrating.
Yeah.
And I think that is a very heavy reflection on your relationship right now. You're in a very beautiful relationship with a very sexy man. And I think you just feel really good. Like I actually, and I don't know you personally, we've met today, but there's like a very overwhelming sense of like pride and like, proud not, but like it's proud. I'm proud of you. I know that's so silly to say, but like, I think you feel just very like at home.
Yeah.
There's a lot of comfort here, a lot of joy in just like being.
I just feel really settled, really sort of like at peace within my own self. And I feel happy. And I've met a very, very special person who encourages that. Everything just feels very loving, very caring. I just feel I feel like that card. I feel like there's a constant rainbow every time I wake up in the morning. It's a lovely feeling. Yeah. And I feel very blessed. And I honestly wake up every day and I have just a little thank you to the universe, because I feel very happy. I'm glad. And it's really interesting. We talked a little bit about Terry, your friend, and he does come through here in this card, because I don't think he orchestrated this for you, but I think in many ways, and you can see it at the card here, like you're overlooking like this huge like nature. There's like two children like happy, and there's you and your partner. Like, so what it reads to me is like he's there kind of dancing with you. I don't think he's ever left you. Did he pass quite abnormally? Like it wasn't a normal passing, was it? No. Or was it quite tragic at the time? Yeah. It was a very misfortunate passing. Okay. That I don't think he intended it to happen. But I think, there was choices that he made in the lead up that were probably bad choices. Understood. I think what's important in this card with him is that he's very aware of where you're at. And there's a lot of joy. I think you often feel quite sad that he's not here to experience this joy with you, but like he is. And I think what's really beautiful about this rainbow, even though like it's often metaphorical, like when you look up and you see that rainbow, like that's actually like, that's him
showing you that like he's actually still here with you. I actually also think like probably before he passed, like the year or two before, like I don't know whether you not that you'd like distanced or like maybe you weren't as in touch as you had been for a while, or like there wasn't like as much communication near the end, or like within the last couple of years there may have been something that kind of like had a little bit of a gap. I don't really know, but I feel like he's just so present always. Like there is just a real sense of his hand on your shoulder. And actually now we're talking about a little bit more, maybe this vision here of these two people, maybe it's him with his hand on your shoulder, always standing behind you, pushing you forward. I don't think he's ever laid out the path for you, but I think he's always shoved you in the right direction of where you needed to go. I think he also is a very aware of you, and I don't think he knows that he can't put things in place for you. I think he knows that you have to make that decision for yourself, but he'll be there just to nudge you along in the right way. And I think he speaks to you. I think he speaks to you.
Yeah.
I think you feel him in like physical ways.
I do.
Yeah, I think there's a real sense of like, and again, maybe in that physical vision of like him touching your shoulder, I think you don't necessarily hear him, but I think you feel him.
Yeah.
And that's a real sign of like, he's there.
Yeah, it was a real difficult time in my life losing Terry, but I'm sort of at peace with it now, and I feel comforted knowing that he's still with me, and I can feel him there, and I truly believe that he's as you said, he's guiding me and helping me and supporting me and looking down on me and just being a strong presence in my life still.
Yeah,
and I really feel it. It's weird, but I just genuinely feel it.
I think it's often, I think people sometimes say like it's when you want what you want what you feel and all that, but actually like I think it's a very real. Do you have something physical of his?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really important that stays on show.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I don't know, but I think you turn to that quite a bit sometimes, just when you need a little smile or a little.
Do you know what was really interesting actually? Me and my boyfriend and some of Terry's friends, we all met up last week because it was his 2 years since he's passed. We all met up in one of his restaurants that we always used to go to on a Sunday, and we had a Sunday dinner. And then after dinner, me and my partner, we drove to his house where he lived, and we walked up to the front door and we stood holding hands, and we sort of like looked up to his bedroom window and sort of waved at him and said, "Hey T," we're just waving at you. So
I love
he
that.
can see us. Yeah, we literally just, people would have walked past going, what are these two crazy people doing?
Crazy,
just holding hands, waving at somebody in the window. There's no one's there. We were just waving, talking to him.
My God, there's crazy gays on the doorstep.
Crazy gays holding hands, waving at imaginary people.
Do you know what though? I find it quite sad sometimes when people don't do things like that. I think those physical acts of like showcasing it are just as important for them in the other realm as it is for you. Like it's a recognition of like souls, not necessarily physical body, you know.
That's what I
think
feel. And it was nice that we were talking to him, we were waving at him in his house, like he was still there. Is there something, so again with the 10 of Cups now, is there something like in your career that like is shifting, or you feel like something you're ready for, like a chapter to close? Not close necessarily, but like I feel like you're like, okay, let's bookmark this for now. I'm ready for the next thing. I think you're in a place now where you're starting to grow and wanting a little bit more in other aspects of your career. I think honestly, if I'm truthful, I just feel so content and happy in my own skin now, in my own shoes. I've lost a little bit of that wanting to sort of always better myself, or wanting to like keep walking up
the
that
need to do
the
more,
need.
more.
I'm quite content, and I'm quite happy, and I'm quite, for the first time in my life, just feel just chill. Do you know what I mean? I just
complete. Maybe that's what it is.
I'm not feeling the need to like
constantly top yourself.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be quite fun topping yourself, wouldn't it?
Oh, believe me, I've tried. I wonder how that would work.
I know, right?
This is a vision of it in my head now.
I've had that thought then as well.
That's a really nice thing though, to feel like you're not in competition with anyone anymore.
Yeah. I think it's just, I don't know whether it's an age
maturing,
thing.
darling.
Yeah, I know, I'm getting old.
We're getting old.
Getting old, so yeah. Cheers to that.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride.
Oh, the gays are at work again. Oh, my God. Well, listen, we're going to go into your future. Also, can I just say, in your past, you said like feeling a bit undeserving or feeling like, you know, that imposter syndrome. I am no therapist. I am simply a man in a wig and a very tight dress. But I also, having watched you and your career, I am a little younger than you, Duncan. I'm sorry.
Most people are.
You were somebody that we looked up to before you came out and after. And I want you to know that from me and all of the other gays, like, I honestly think you are one of the most, and please don't cringe when I say this word, but like inspiring and awe. And I feel a lot of awe for you because the way you've held yourself over the years with coming out and, you know, doing this and doing that and, you know, all like going from acting to singing, like your journey and your career and your life and your story is one to be really proud of.
Thank you.
I think it can feel really dark and it can feel really heavy, but like people are put in this earth to experience these things, and you've experienced it and you've handled it. And not only have you handled it, like you've been brave enough to tell it and like showcase that. And I think that's something really commendable. And I think people need to hear that. And I, just want you to know that like the imposter syndrome is only something that you feel about yourself. It's nothing that anybody else thinks about you.
Thank you. Listen, I remember something that my grandma always used to tell me, and that was treat others as how you would like to be treated yourself. And it's something that was instilled in me as a young boy, and it's something that I've always carried throughout my life. And I think it doesn't cost anything to be kind.
No.
It doesn't cost anything to be a nice, good person. And I can have my moments, but I try to be kind.
Yeah.
And I try to be, you know, morally as much as I can be. Because, you know, we've all got the devil horns come out and we can all be little fuckers. But,
absolutely.
But I think as long as you try to show kindness, especially to others, it doesn't cost anything. And it doesn't matter if you're famous or whatever you do for a job, you know, it's just showing kindness. And that's something I'm very blessed that I was brought up to believe in, and something that was sort of like drummed into me as a little boy, really. And I think that going into my life now as I'm a more mature person is something I want to continue to try to live to. And meeting my partner, he has the same sort of morals as me in that respect. And he's such a loving, kind person.
Yeah.
And it just makes me want to be a better version of myself. Because when you've got somebody showing you that as well, it makes you go, yes, that's what I want to be.
Yeah.
And it, like I said, it costs nothing to be kind.
So that old saying, like, a smile is infectious. Like, you know, I think this world is so scary at the moment. It's crazy, and things are going in ways that we would have never thought politically, socially, lots of different ways. So like the one thing that we can control is how we treat other people.
Exactly.
So like, let's do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be nice.
Let's be nice.
Nice. Yeah. Well, listen, before we go into your future, which is the most obscure thing because we don't know what's going to happen, we're going to take a little break just to hear from a few of our sponsors. Okay. Future,
bring it on.
are you ready?
I'm always ready. Born ready.
Whenever you're ready. I think also like the future, even for me is quite like scary sometimes because I think sometimes we have a vision of what we want, but when it's up to the cards, I pull cards for myself sometimes and I'm like, it's just as scary. Oh my God, darling. So we've got the Strength reversed and we've got the Lovers reversed. Both of these are actually really incredible reflections, I think, of like where you're going in the future. The Lovers reversed is a sign of like something really new and fresh. It's also a sign of something really strong. And again, partnered with the Strength, I feel like in a very physical sense with your new partner, this is the safest, most secure you've ever felt. That is only ever going to get better. I just literally have like visions of you guys walking hand in hand down the beaches, going swimming in the sea, playing games together, spending nights. You are like attached at the hip in love. Like, and that is a constant now into the long game of the future. The Strength card is like a longevity sign. So it means like, I'm thinking like 15, 20 years in the future. That's how far I'm predicting so far. The Love is so strong. The reverse card, I think, also means you will face challenges that you've not yet faced. That's actually can't come as a surprise. Whatever happens, we're always going to face challenges with our partner. Believe me, I know. But I think it's important that partner with the Strength is that like you're always going to find resolution. The challenges that you face, there are going to be times when like it feels like it's too much to handle. And the challenge is going to be like being able to withdraw yourself enough to like look at it from a bigger perspective and not always stay in the moment. Because I don't know, as a fire sign as well, like sometimes it's easy to sit in the instantaneous frustration and take a step back. The challenge for you is going to be able to go, hold on, let's look. Do you know what I mean? Only good things in your relationship there. The Lover sign is also quite like a theatrical card. I think the theatre is going to be something that comes back into your future, working back in the theatre, back into acting, back in the raw realness of like on the stage, hot and heavy, learning scripts, you know, playing roles that you've never played before. And I think actually in terms of what we talked about before, where you feel quite settled and content with life, that's the challenge that you would be like quite willing to take on, because it's not like a brand new, or like you're not feeling like you're having to compete or top yourself, but like actually it's an exciting, just like you're like it's more of like okay, I'm ready for this, rather than it be like I have to do this because I have to keep this, I have to be relevant here, I have to. Right. It's more like this is a challenge that I'm ready to do, and that feels like a really good step, and it feels like something that you're going to be really excited and passionate about. I don't know whether it's in the world of like musical theatre or like hardcore theatre or even like panto, I don't know, but I feel like that's something that even like now, I feel like that's something that you'd be kind of willing to like take on. But I think in the future, that's something that you'll be more passionate about, even more in terms of the creative side, whether that's like direction or production or something like that, maybe a bit more behind the scenes. I feel like that's kind of would get you quite excited as well, not just being the face, but being like the thought, the idea, the creative.
I love the thought of directing and stuff like that. So that's something that's really, really interesting to me, yeah.
And I think that's something that you'll be quite good at. I think there's again, even here with the Strength card reversed, it feels like maybe a little bit of the imposter syndrome would come in, and maybe a little bit of those like, am I good enough to do this? Can I do this? But actually like really throwing yourself into that and like letting go of all of that will like show you just how much that is meant for you. You know, like that path is already kind of laid out ahead of you.
Okay.
Walk down it. Don't feel like you're stepping in somebody else's shoes. That's like yours to take.
Yeah.
And I think that again is something that probably will come across as like a bit more challenging, of feeling like, is this for me, or am I just doing it because this is what, do you know what I mean? Not necessarily feeling like it's the right thing, but feeling like it's a...
So it's not a negative, they're reversed?
No, oh my God, no, not at all. It's more like people always think a reverse card is the opposite of what the card means, and that's not the case. If anything, it showcases more like it's a newness, so there's like a lot to learn coming from it.
Right.
So like the Lover's card reversed also, if it was facing you, it would be like, in your future, I see like fresh love. Actually, what I see already is stable love, and that's just going to continue. I don't see anything else coming in. I don't see like, you know, if anything, it might be like a reinvigoration of friends, maybe like old friends coming back into your life, or like you doing things with friends that you're like,
Right.
you know, like reconnects you. But I think
So it means I'm stuck with him.
you're stuck with him, babe.
stuck with
I'm
him.
sorry. And again, the strength card is a sign of longevity. I'm thinking like for the end of the days, you know?
Oh, listen.
I'm seeing a ring on the finger.
Oh. Oh. Oh, look, the knee's going
Is
now.
that is that a podcast exclusive?
Oh.
I'll be selling this to
no
Heat
rings
magazine.
Yet. There's no rings yet.
But yeah, I don't, that nothing negative. I think if anything, it's about when the challenges come your way, which they will, knowing how to handle that and handling it with the grace and sense of calm that you have got now and that you've taught yourself. I think you underestimate how much you've taught yourself and like utilize those skills for the challenges that lay ahead of you.
Yeah, listen, I think it's something with any relationship, you've got to find your feet. You've got to understand what works for both of you. And I also believe as well that we as gay men, we're not necessarily meant to necessarily be caged animals. I believe that we should have the ability to feel free and not caged.
Yeah.
Because I think when you put the pressure on yourself to be this certain way, you know, we're all human, aren't we? We can all make mistakes or bad choices.
And we do.
I think, exactly. And I think actually when you take the pressure away from that and go, communication, transparency, respect, love, these are all what makes a relationship healthy.
Yes.
And I think if you can be transparent and communicate and show love and respect, that's what I want from a relationship.
Well, that's where the happiness lies. That's where happiness lies. It's not about any of the other material stuff or like, you know, the amazing holidays that you get. All of those are like beautiful bonuses.
Yeah.
But those 4 foundational core things won't, like, that's, you could have nothing and have those 4 things and be happier than anybody else.
Exactly.
And that I think is, again, like what really kind of comes through and also comes through across your whole life, like your relationship with your mom, your relationship with your grandparents, your relationship with your friends that you've gained, your relationship with Terry, your new, like it all based on those 4 key principles. And it's brought you to the person that you are today. And you've learnt those lessons with those people guiding you through that.
Yes.
And so like they've been honest with you. They've been truthful with you. They've respected you. They've loved you. And that has created the person sat opposite me now. But you've still had to go through those lessons and learn them your way. Maybe a couple of lessons a few times, you know, like we all have to do that. But like going forward, I think just, I really sense this calm state as a continuing thing for you. I think you've really found your place. You've really found your peace. I think advocacy is going to be a huge thing for you. And I think that comes through more in the strength card, is this like voice of yours is going to be used more powerfully for LGBTQ people in terms of mental health. I think the way you speak and the stories you tell are going to become more bold and more brave and more courageous. And I think as that happens, like the public perception of you is going to shift as well, in terms that I think people are going to see you more as this like advocacy role model rather than that the singer and the actor. I think your voice is going to become a really important part of your career, but also how people see you on a personal level as well. I think that's going to be a really nice crossover for you. So I think that's something to watch out for as well, and like take those opportunities when they come to you.
Yeah, I listen, I think I've always wanted to have that sort of role, especially with the LGBTQ plus community, but I've always been a little bit scared, or maybe felt, as RuPaul would say, it's not your time, darling. It's not your time.
The time has come.
But I think as you get older and you start becoming more comfortable with yourself, you start going, actually, it is my time. And I am ready to tell my truth, tell my stories. And if I can help people, then great. Do you know what I mean? And if people go, I don't want to listen to this shit, then turn it over.
Turn it off.
Turn it off.
We've got 7 million channels nowadays. You can watch whatever you want.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think, you've got a really... I think as well, and I'm really not going to say too much here, but I think there's going to be a lot of like lovely twists and turns for you. There's like really surprising things that are going to come your way, which you really just never thought would be a possibility for you. And again, probably more in this advocacy like way here. So like, be it. Use that platform that you've got. And I know you want to, but like now it's like, it's there. And things are going to come your way quicker than I think you realize.
There's a very lovely song, in the Rocky Horror Picture Show called Don't Dream It, Be It.
Don't dream it, be it.
I think that's such a beautiful and powerful wording, phrase, song. And when I got to play Frankenfurter, that was like my favorite part of the show.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sweet Transvestite is a
yes.
chef's kiss.
But I think that is such a true thing. Don't dream it, be it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's such a powerful word. So
Duncan James, you have been a dream.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure to have you.
It's been lovely chatting to you.
Yeah, you too. You too. And I think just as you always have, move through life with the grace and like elegance that you have. And I think we've learnt one thing today, and that's be more gay.
Be more gay.
Be more gay.
Yes.
It's Pride Month. Go
Alex,
suck a
come
dick.
come in here, talking about being gay. Come
Yes.
sit on my lap.
Bring in the
He's like,
boyfriend.
come and say hello.
Oh my God.
Come and say hello, baby.
Ah.
Come and sit on my
Look
knee
at these
and
shorts.
be gay with
Ah.
You're gorgeous.
Now kiss me.
You're just Duncan.
Oh my goodness. I mean, look, if this is not what Pride Month is about, I don't know what is. This is, you are the poster children for homosexuality.
Yes.
Duncan, honestly, thank you so much. I have a little gift for you
Ooh.
just to say thank you. And I think actually it's really prevalent with everything we've discussed. This is a little gift from me to you. Whenever you're like going through some trying times or challenges,
Ooh.
it's a little rose quartz
color.
crystal.
Yes, we love
Think of
purple.
me. Keep it in your bedroom next to your bedside table. When naughty things happen, you can look at it and always think of
yes.
Miss Leigh Ding as a threesome you've never wanted.
Ooh.
The problem is if you start calling me Miss Leigh Ding.
I'll call you, don't call me. My darlings, that has been another episode of Miss Leigh Ding Fortunes. This has been an incredible week. Thank you so much again, Duncan.
Thank you
I've
for
loved
having me.
you.
I've loved it too.
And the gorgeous Alex.
Nice to meet
If
you.
only you'd sit on my knee, it'd be a very different position. We will see you next week for another episode with another guest. But happy Pride Month. Stay safe. Love yourselves and love those around you. Mwah. Bye.
Yes.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Oh.